You're driving along in your daily ride, sipping your coffee, maybe humming along to the radio. Then, you glance down, and there it is, a curious little button marked Sport. You've probably seen it countless times. Maybe you've pressed it and felt something. Or maybe you've always wondered, what does this button actually do? Is it just a flashy marketing gimmick, or is it a real piece of performance tech hiding in plain sight? Well, buckle up, because today on Rev to Riches, we're diving deep, and I mean deep, into the true function, science, and even psychology behind the mysterious Sport Mode button. We're going to explore how this humble switch transforms everything from throttle response to exhaust tone. And for those of you who love the fine details, yes, we're breaking down exactly what changes under the hood when you hit that magic button, whether you're driving a modest economy sedan or a track-tuned supercar. And stick around till the end, because we'll reveal a lesser-known secret about Sport Mode that even some car enthusiasts miss entirely. Trust us, you won't want to miss that. This is Rev to Riches. Let's go full throttle into the world of Sport Mode. At its core, Sport Mode is a pre-programmed driving mode that alters the behavior of your car's systems to prioritize performance, responsiveness, and engagement over comfort and efficiency. It's not one single upgrade. Think of it like a cocktail of performance tweaks, a series of coordinated adjustments to things like throttle sensitivity, gear shift timing, steering feel, suspension stiffness, all-wheel drive behavior, exhaust tone, and even digital dash displays. The result? A car that feels more alert, more aggressive, and more in tune with your inputs. And here's the key point. Sport Mode doesn't increase horsepower. It doesn't inject your car with nitrous like in the Fast and Furious movies. Instead, it unlocks a different driving character, a version of your car that's been hiding in plain sight. One of the first things most drivers notice when activating Sport Mode is the change in throttle response. Modern cars use electronic throttle control, also known as drive-by-wire. This means that when you press the gas pedal, you're not mechanically opening the throttle. You're sending an electronic signal to the car's ECU, engine control unit. In normal or eco modes, the ECU deliberately dampens throttle sensitivity. This means your pedal inputs are softened, making acceleration smoother and more fuel efficient. But in Sport Mode, the throttle map changes dramatically. Now, a light press on the gas translates into a much bigger reaction from the engine. The car lunges forward with urgency. It feels faster, more alive, not because it has more power, but because you're accessing the available power more immediately. Think of it as the difference between sipping a drink through a straw and dumping it down your throat. The contents are the same, but the experience is completely different. Next up is the transmission, arguably the most noticeable transformation Sport Mode delivers. In an automatic or semi-automatic transmission, Sport Mode tweaks the shift points. Instead of upshifting early to save fuel, the car holds each gear longer, letting the engine climb higher into the RPM band, closer to where it makes peak power. Let's put that into perspective. In normal mode, your car might upshift at 2,500 RPM. In Sport Mode, it might wait until 4,500 or 5,500 RPM, giving you that exhilarating surge of acceleration. And when you ease off the gas or brake, Sport Mode ensures faster, sharper downshifts, keeping the engine in its optimal power range, known as the power band. This is especially noticeable in dual-clutch transmissions, DCTs, or high-performance automatics. Shifts become lightning fast, with barely a pause between gears. It's not just about speed. It's about drama, control, and connection. Modern cars often use electric power steering, EPS, which can be tuned on the fly. In comfort or normal modes, the system minimizes resistance, making the steering feel light, great for city driving or parking. But switch to Sport Mode. The steering effort increases. Assist is reduced. Feedback is enhanced. The result, you feel more connected to the road. The steering becomes weightier, more direct, more deliberate, especially at higher speeds. Some performance cars even tighten the steering ratio, making the wheel respond more quickly to your inputs. It's a subtle change, but it makes a huge difference when navigating twisty roads or carving through corners. In vehicles equipped with adaptive suspension systems, Sport Mode triggers a significant change in ride quality. Comfort Mode prioritizes softness, absorbing bumps and gliding over imperfections. Perfect for highways and daily driving. But activate Sport Mode? Damping firms up. Body roll decreases. The car stays flatter in corners. It's like switching from a recliner to a race seat. You lose some plushness, but gain precision and control. On a winding road or track, this can be a game changer. The car feels tighter, more athletic, more willing to obey your every input. Let's talk about something that really gets the heart racing: sound. In many modern cars, especially performance models, Sport Mode adjusts either active exhaust valves, physical flaps in the exhaust system, or active sound enhancement, pumped-in engine noise. In both cases, the goal is to deliver a richer, more aggressive exhaust note. Engage Sport Mode and suddenly the engine roars louder, growls deeper, and crackles on overrun. It's an auditory thrill ride. For enthusiasts, the sound of the engine is just as important as the power itself. And Sport Mode knows this. Ever notice how Sport Mode changes your digital instrument cluster? Maybe the colors shift from calm blue to aggressive red. The speedo shrinks and the tach takes center stage. You might even see new gauges appear: oil temperature, G-force meters, lap timers. These aren't just for show. They're designed to reinforce a mental shift in your driving experience. They say, you're not cruising anymore, you're driving. This subtle psychology helps align the driver's mindset with the car's behavior, creating a more immersive and intentional performance experience. You might assume Sport Mode is reserved for coupes and supercars, but that's far from the truth. Today, you'll find it in compact hatchbacks like the Hyundai Elantra N-Line, luxury SUVs like the BMW X5, electric vehicles like the Tesla Model 3, and yes, even family sedans like the Honda Accord or Toyota Camry. Each implementation is different. In a budget car, it might only tweak throttle and transmission. In a luxury model, it might coordinate 10 different systems. But the goal remains the same: making your car feel sharper, quicker, and more rewarding to drive. Let's be real. Sport Mode is awesome, but that doesn't mean you should leave it on 24/7. When should you use Sport Mode? Merging onto a highway, taking a twisty back road, quick overtaking maneuvers, when you want to feel more engaged. When should you avoid Sport Mode? Long commutes, stop-and-go traffic, wet or slippery roads, when you're trying to save fuel. Because yes, Sport Mode has downsides: reduced fuel economy, harsher ride quality, increased wear on components, and the potential for overly aggressive driving behavior. It's a tool, and like any tool, it's best used at the right time. Now for the surprise we promised. Most people think Sport Mode is about power and speed. But here's the secret. Sport Mode is a training tool. By heightening your senses, amplifying feedback, and demanding more from your inputs, it teaches you how to drive better. You learn how your car responds under pressure. You improve your reaction time and throttle control. You start anticipating shifts, brake points, corner entry speeds. It turns your car into a classroom for performance driving. And the knowledge you gain stays with you, even when Sport Mode is off. So the next time you see that little Sport button, don't ignore it. Don't fear it. Use it wisely. Because it's not just a gimmick, it's an invitation to explore your car's full potential, to reconnect with the joy of driving, and to feel like you're part of something more than just a daily commute. Whether you're driving a Civic or a Cayman, a Camry or a Corvette, Sport Mode is there to remind you your car was made to move. And when the road opens up in front of you, don't be afraid to press the button and unleash what's been waiting underneath. Thanks for riding with us today on Reved to Riches. If you learned something new, or just love getting nerdy about cars. Hit that like button, smash subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss what's coming next.